Welcome to the Career Lab, closing America's skills gap one person at a time.
Hi, this is Peterson Walrod. I'm co-host of the CareerLab Podcast. I'm here with Julie today, and we have Adrienne from Corona, California on the line. How can Julie help you today?
My question is, how do I find specifically environmental private firms that I could be able to intern for?
To do an internship?
Right.
Hi, Adrienne. How old are you? You're 22?
Right.
Okay. And have you graduated?
I'm graduating in June this year.
Ooh, congratulations. That's a big move.
Oh, thanks.
And the degree is environmental studies, environmental science?
Correct. Environmental studies.
Okay. And why are you looking for an internship? Why not a full-time job?
Because I'm not exactly sure what I want to do since it's such a broad, field of study.
Uh-huh.
So I want to gain some experience before I really set in for a career path.
Okay. And are you looking for a paid or an unpaid internship?
Preferably paid.
Okay. But you can get by with an unpaid. Okay. So,
right.
All right. So maybe what we should do is try to narrow just a touch what within the field of environmental you might be interested in so that we can maybe have you searching for 2 or 3 or 4 different types of internships instead of 10, 20, or 30 different types of internships.
Right.
How does that sound?
That's fine. Yeah.
All right.
I'm interested a lot in water quality management and runoff studies and stuff like that.
Okay. And since you're interested in water quality and runoff, what type of work would you be interested in doing as output? Would it be field work? Would it be paperwork? What would it be client work? What do you think you'd like to do in that interest area?
Preferably client work or field work.
Okay. And what is client work to you?
To me, it seems like I work right now at In-N-Out, and I believe as long as you show the right customer service and do what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to have returning clients and people also referring you to their friends as well. And I feel like I'm pretty good at that. And if I have the knowledge to do that in the water quality field, then that's what I would want to do.
That doesn't sound like an internship to me, Adrienne.
Yeah.
Sounds like a job.
True. I don't know. I feel like all jobs want me to have experience, so that's why I just assumed I should start with a internship.
Okay, well, that's a good point. Let's see if you have any experience. A lot of young adults don't think they have any, and I almost always can find some experience. Do you mind if I poke around?
Okay. That's fine.
Have you ever had an internship?
No.
You've had a part-time job. You're working at In-N-Out, right?
Right.
How many months or years have you worked at In-N-Out?
It'll be 3 in June.
3 what?
Years, sorry.
Full-time, part-time?
Part-time.
Part-time. Consistently?
Right.
Okay, so you have 3 years of experience working directly with customers for a major brand providing frontline customer service.
Right.
And you have a broad understanding of water quality management issues and water runoff issues.
Yes.
So you could field questions in the knowledge area of water as it relates to environmental building and preservation projects?
Yeah.
And you could service clients with the level of expertise you've been trained in?
Correct. Okay.
So you feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what you need to do is you need to find a list of companies in your geographic location who provide environmental services. Shine up your resume with exactly what we just talked about. Write a cover letter with exactly that short story. And go tear it up.
Okay. What do you recommend for trying to, because I don't really know of private firms names and stuff. How would I be able to find those, I guess?
I like a database that you can access for free at the local public library called a Reference USA. Another thing you can do is you can get the Orange County Business Journal Book of Lists. Every regional area has a book of lists, or a business journal, I guess, that publishes a book of lists, and you can look at that at your local library. I live in Orange County, so that's my operating base. I don't know if there's an Inland Empire. I know there's a San Diego. I know there's an LA. It depends on where you want to be looking. But in the book of lists, you'll have a list of the top environmental firms.
Okay.
And you shouldn't have to look too far to be able to get an entry-level position. And the entry-level titles that you're going to be looking for are customer service, program or project coordinator. So I would write at the top of your resume as a headline, customer service / project coordinator / environmental. That'll hook it.
Okay. Customer service, program, project coordinator, and environmental. Okay.
Does that help you?
Cool. Yeah,
I would between the book of lists and whatever you can build on Reference USA, you're going to want to put together a list of between 80 and 120 companies in a reasonable drivable distance to your house, because the last thing you want is a horrible commute. Try to keep it within 10 miles of. You can plop in your radius, actually, your address, and do a 10-mile geographic radius of your physical address. And take a look at all the environmental firms. There are lots of environmental firms in this area. In any area, there are a lot of environmental firms. They're small, and they're kind of hard to find because they don't usually have their names on the side of billboards, and they're not really just small companies. But 10 to 20 person firms would need you.
Okay.
And then slowly but surely, where your career will build is from coordinating client projects to having some responsibilities on client projects, to meeting with clients on projects, to then being a key point person on the projects. And you should also include in your resume your willingness to perform some field work.
Okay.
That is the technical training for your field. So you want to show as many technical skills as you can.
Okay.
Play up that in and out experience. It's huge. If you think it's important, you can make it important to them, okay? Don't let it be just another hamburger joint.
Right, yeah. I'm proud to work there, so I think I could do that too.
That gave me chills. That's what I want to hear. Make it a strength.
Cool. Okay.
All right, Adrienne, good luck.
All right, thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She's so cute.
I mean, someone who has great experience working with a great company like that and customer service experience, which many companies are looking for. Let me ask you, what makes someone call you when they have so much going for them already?
You know who should be calling us? In-N-Out. I'm proud to have worked at In-N-Out. That gives me chills that I just repeated. That's twice I've gotten chills from In-N-Out. They should be calling us. That is such great experience that they have given that young adult to launch from, and look at the payback that they get in the employee, how thankful she's going to be to In-N-Out for training. What did you ask me? I'm sorry. I was just in the glow of that. That was just so beautiful.
I mean, you have someone, they're not like, they got things going for them, and what do you think makes them give you a call?
Not sure how to put the pieces together. Not sure what's relevant. They think they're just floating along, going through college, getting a degree that they're not really, it'll lead to something someday. They defer that thinking, and they're deferring the value of the experience that they're getting at the hamburger joint. And they don't realize that they're actually learning along the way and building skills, and that if we weave and tie and snap those two, both the knowledge building through academics and the skills building through the hamburger joint, if you snap those two together over time, you actually get a really nicely qualified candidate. 3 years of experience, a degree in environmental, 22 years old, and a chick. She's going to knock them dead.
Yes, that's very good. That's a very good resume, and it makes me think.
If only you were a girl.
Well. It's possible with science. No, but it makes me think that
it's a whole different career path.
You look at job openings and you look at the requirements for jobs, and a lot of people, they see an environmental job, for example, and they say, I need 2 years of experience in this field. It's something that I can't attain. But wouldn't you say this is more of like a sales kind of thing, where you have to sort of show the employer what you got, and you have to make them believe that you are a good fit for that position?
Absolutely. If a young adult can describe their qualifications in a skills vocabulary, then they're going to be exponentially more attractive to an employer. And she's going to hopefully interview the following way. Here's where I built the skills from the hamburger joint. Here's where my knowledge area is. And then in my leisure activities, I have years and years and years and years of experience. I guarantee you that that young lady grew up camping and on the side of a mountain or the side of a lake somewhere. I guarantee you she's got outdoors. She just smelt like an outdoors kid. I know she's got it in there. Plus, she's working in a service field, moving around. She loved it. She was proud of it. People who are indoors people don't like stand-up jobs. She is in that quadrant of the world of work map that is physical. And so I know in her hobby activities, we've already seen it in her work. She's moving around and she's using her senses and sensory work to satisfy her financial needs. She's gotten a degree in sensory work. I guarantee you in her leisure activities, she's not sitting at home playing video games. So she can definitely pull from her work, leisure, and learning experiences, both the knowledge and the skills that she needs to combine enough to substantiate qualifications for an entry, more than she needs for entry level. There's just, the bar's pretty low for entry level, and she's just, if she knows how to shoot, she's at the line. All she's got to do is shoot. She'll hit the hoop.
All right. Well, that's another successful story from CareerLab Podcast.
Great one. There you go, corporate America. One more qualified young adult delivered right to your doorstep.